This is another video brought to you by the Ichiban Productions. Like, comment, subscribe. So welcome everyone, happy days are here again. We're back. This time we're looking at a rapid review of the Western Digital Black SSD SN850 and a heatsink from that well-known brand that I'm not going to even try and pronounce, all designed to go into the PlayStation 5. As I'm sure you're all aware, Sony have finally released that firmware update we've been waiting for, which means you can stick external SSD drives into the PlayStation 5 to expand that pitiful memory that's in there at the moment. Why Sony couldn't do a external preferential like Xbox is completely beyond me. I mean, I know this is more expensive than these two combined, but quite frankly, there's no faffing. You plug it in and away you go, whereas this is going to take some serious faffing. Checking the Sony website, which I've linked down below there are loads of specifications that these have got to meet so it works on the PlayStation 5. So it's not like you can just buy any SSD and any heatsink and combine them together and it will work. You've got to be very precise. One of the things it's got to do, it's got to be ultra fast. So I've got a 7,000 megabytes per second one that should be absolutely ample. Although if you do the reviews online, people are recommending this one. They're saying it's slightly faster than, I think it's the Samsung 950. Just marginally faster with load times and stuff like that. So I went for this one because I know it's going to work. On the other hand, and what this review is all about is showing you how to install that in a heatsink and checking, does this cheap heatsink from Amazon actually work? It's $12.99. Some guy put a beautiful picture on his review saying it works. I'll be the judge of that. So let's crack it open and let's see, does it actually fit? Taking a look at the heatsink here, it's a very generic sort of labelling and resourcing and stuff like that. It always gets me the lowercase letter in. Surely someone must have looked at that and thought we need some uppercase on here. You've got all the generic information on there. You've got to have a heatsink whether you like it or not. I would definitely advise against plugging that in without a heatsink. Sony have been explicitly clear about that. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some YouTube videos where people have put those in without heatsinks and it's melted the case and things. Oh god, it's absolutely not worth it. So inside the box, what have we got? Some thermal pads. We've got the shell itself. And this one is in case you don't want to use the shell. So you can shell it, you can just stick it on, or, well, you got the choice. Just watching that video clip back, apologies you couldn't see all the goodness that came out of it. Here's a better view of it. So that's the actual shell, in case you want to put a shell around it. It's got a heatsink in there. That's the way I'm going to go. You've got the tools to do it, which I think is always nice. You don't have to faff around with other people's screwdrivers, although I'm under no full solution. This is probably going to be really low quality. You've got the thermal pads here to stick it on. We seem to have more than I think we probably need for it, and we've got the elastic band method, which I know some people like. Me personally, I'm not going to just be elastic banding a heatsink on and hoping for the best. And we've got some wipes underneath. I mean, the thing I notice here is there's absolutely no instructions how to do this properly. I am a noob, I've never done this before, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it here, have a quick read of the instructions on the Amazon listing, and I'll be right back. Boom, cheeky cut. So I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing now. So I'm going to talk you through it, then I'm going to do it step by step. I'm nervous about this, so this might not be the greatest video, but sit and enjoy and watch it with me. So, firstly, that one comes out of the actual heatsink. So pink goes down, gets stuck there. Then you pull the pink off, stick it to the bottom of the SSD. Then we put the blue one on top of the SSD and peel that off, stick it on to the top of the blue, so it's all sandwiched in and away you go. The other thing we were given inside the packet are these little square ones. I guess that's if you've got an SSD that you need smaller thermal pads for than what we need here, but from looking at all the information, I think this would be absolutely good. So step one, stick the pink one on there, making sure it doesn't overlap the screw hole, or the spacer as they call it. So let's do that. Step one, check. Pink thermal pad stuck down. Right, so the next job is we're going to need to actually put the SSD onto the pink pad. So peel the sticky protective sheet off the top to make it sticky, and then place the SSD on. A couple of things to be aware of. Make sure the SSD lines up with the spacer hole. And two, make sure, in my advice, you need to destaticify your hands. Check out that English. You just need to touch some metal objects to make sure you're earthed, ready to go. You know, it's a rare chance that it might happen, but make sure you touch into metal things before you touch the SSD. Get rid of that static. I'm nervous about this stage, so let's see how it goes. totally doing this video raw, so I'm being honest with you every step. So there is no thing to peel off there to make that sticky. I think you just put the SSD on there. I mean, this is the quality instructions on the the Amazon listing, so no peeling off to make it sticky. You literally just place it on the top. So let's do that, and we're back. So it's placed on. Now I expected the little groove thing there to be the same size as the groove on there. It's not. It's much smaller, so that's making me wonder how that's going to fit in. I'm going to need to do a bit of research, I think. I'll be right back. So I've done some research, yeah, and I think it is in the right position. Oh, this is well stressful. Right, so next thing, we need to put the blue thermal strip on the top. So let's do that, and I'll be right back. Next step done, thermal strip has been applied. Now to get it to actually fit inside the shell, you needed to take both the top and the bottom pieces of plastic off. So it's ready for the heatsink to be applied onto the top. So let's do that next. And I'm back, and that was ludicrously easy. The design of the heatsink actually has a little bit of a lip either side, so you can only fit it on that way. So put it in, a little bit of pressure just to get the seal there going. Last but not least, let's get those screws in, and hopefully it should be secured. I'll be right back. Boom, and we are done. Stress levels gone down. It's looking good. It looks like where I think we need it to look. All screwed in. There we go. End's not being touched. Oh, we need to get this installed. The only thing I would say is, why on earth we've got to... Well, I can understand why we've got a spare screw here, but what on earth is that little screw for? Goodness me. Stress over. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it into the PlayStation 5. I know how you set it up, but I'll check it's all going to work, and I'll be right back to let you know how I get on. Boom, and I'm back. Like I said, I'll be back. Wow, that was actually surprisingly easy. The only difficulty I had was taking the outer shell of the PlayStation 5 off. That's because I was just being too delicate with it. Give it a little bit of force, pop right open. Unscrew the shield that's covering the SSD slot, slide it in, move the spacer in, screw it all back, put it all back together, boom, worked instantly. It was surprisingly easy. I think I was stressing over nothing. So when you plug it in, it then asks you to format the SSD. You do it, and then it does this read speed to see whether it's capable of operating as a PlayStation 5 SSD, and mine came back with a 6,545.742 megabytes per second, which is a little bit lower than that, but still way more than enough to run on the PlayStation 5. So overall, I'm a very, very, very happy man. Totally hope you enjoyed that screenshot to prove I wasn't lying about the speeds. Anyway, so back to the task at hand. There was never any doubt about this being the hard drive, and highly recommended. You know, for me, that's absolutely fine. The question was, what would I give this? So, star rating, what am I going to give this? I'm going to give it about 5 stars out of 5 stars. Now, as I'm in an R in about taking a star off because there's no instructions, and to be honest, the instructions on the Amazon listing aren't really up to scratch. But then again, I totally appreciate that I'm an absolute noob. And it's obviously, you know, if you've ever done this before, it's completely obvious and you're wondering what all the fuss is about. But hopefully my video should show you how to do it. It worked fine, it fitted fine, there were no problems, no issues, and generally I was just, you know, I was making a massive deal out of nothing. A mountain out of a molehill, if you will. I really liked for $12.99, you got the screwdriver as well, you just didn't have to faff around trying to find one to fit the screws that are in there. I also liked how you had 2 options. Obviously you had the encased option for the heatsink, and then sort of like the elastic band version. So ultimately this can actually do 2 SSDs. Not that the PS5 can take 2 SSDs, but you know, if you're going to recycle this and use it for your PC, you've got another use in there. Overall, yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. Now, if you've got any questions or comments, please post them in the comment section below. I do realise I may not have covered everything for everybody in this video. I mean, I'll blame it down to the nerves and stuff, but I think I've given you everything you need. But if there's anything else, post it below. I love replying to your comments. I love waking up and seeing who's engaged with my content. So go on, post something. If this was useful in any way, give it a cheeky thumbs up. I'll post the links to both of these products from Amazon in the comment section below. And ultimately, if you found it useful, press that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. I'm on about 250 subscribers, and I just love that people are engaged with my content. I'm just an everyday regular normal guy doing this to help people out, producing videos for stuff that I would want to know. So a cheeky press up subscribe button would mean the absolute world to me. With that in mind, you know what I'm going to say. Look after yourself, take care of the people around you, and most importantly, stay out of trouble.